Hey everyone, it's me, coming on strong. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sitting here today. I just did my meditation, as you may have seen. I wanted to see who wanted to come forth in this channeling, and it looks like, and you'll be able to hear probably a lot of, what do you call it, music in the background. It is what it is. But I thought this was a beautiful place. It's up at the top of the roof patio where I'm staying. And I kept asking over and over again because I've never connected with this being that it was a little intense. He stepped into my stream and was really dense, like felt like a mountain, felt like a solid rock. And when I saw the envisionment, it was actually like his human self was a lot shorter and smaller, but his soul self was a lot larger. And because I never had tapped into him before, it was a little shaky. Like it was a little shaky for me, and I kept asking over and over again if I got the right person. So I guess his name would be Quetzalcoatl. I've heard of him. I guess because of where I am, I'm tapping into this. And there was another entity. It seemed like it was a feminine one to do with the winds, Shekinah or something like that. But it seems like Quetzalcoatl attached himself quicker and wished to speak forth first. So I'm going to be doing this channeling for Quetzalcoatl. Llámese que certes, única, única, impressive, and unique. The times that wash over us now. My people that I am intertwined with are such strong and unique people. We carry a lineage and a genetic code and a DNA that is quite profound and quite ancient. What some would call the star receivers, most have embedded in their genetic code. It was not by mistake or accident that such great works were built in my time. These star maps and the layouts were something already ingrained in my people. Anyone who carries the lineage has this unique imprint. There is much that has been lost over the thousands of years, and I was not the first to come here. I am still here, attached to this land, even though I appear in the astral. I also am in the physical as a warrior, protector, and a guardian of this land. Some still pray to me, and some do not know that I even exist. There are many tragedies that have befallen my people here, and it is of my best interest to ensure that they are taken care of. Únicas. Stay strong and do not let them take you over. Made to feel small and yet so powerful. The distinctiveness is being stripped away, and there are few that feel my intriguing power within them. They will rise
as you all rise, and they will become the physical guardians here for this part of the world. Lo and behold, as I had taught them before, the skills and allowances and agricultural setup that was needed, that had been stripped away. Currently, there's such a change in their diet and their parameters, and it weakens them. They must return to their natural settings in order to rise as individuals and to their cultural, fiery positions. Remembering the past, remembering their culture, remembering their ties, remembering is what is needed. So I do not speak to the world as much as I do to those that place their footing in this land that was designated by the star people. We come from a distant place in the stars, and our genetic ties can be found. There are some metallics that were left that will be explored by archaeologists that will suggest that our civilization is much older than has been documented. 75,000 years or so back. The writings that have shaped this world currently are total missteps as to what is really true. We are beings much older than as described, and as such, those that are alivening now with this genetic uplifting will find it harder than most, because a lot of our imprint is found on this planet. Some starseeds came here, whereas those born with this genetic makeup were of this world more than most starseeds ever would be. There is a history attached, there's an oldness attached, and there's a lot of imprints and implementations put or intertwined in the DNA of one that is either Aztecian or Incan, for that matter. I am what is seen as a godhead of both, even though my name is different. Ital Liulpa, as the Incans would have described me. I am the father and guardian of this land. I see much of parts of South America up until the ways of the Andes, and then all the way to what some would call mid New Mexico. On the East Coast, the West is overseen by another. And what I must say is, for those that hold this genetic makeup, will enliven in their ascension a lot differently than those that came specifically for this time. In a sense, it was like as if you could see it like a breeding. When you breed a very strong animal through the generations, their adaptations are much stronger than those animals that, even though they are strong, come to a foreign land and develop there only for a short period of time. Those that hold my genetic makeup, or those of that my star system, have some of the oldest carriers, or have been bred alongside this planet and have the implementations and adjustments and augmentations that will develop a lot faster, stronger, and put forth way more cultivated ability than those that come from other star systems, simply because we are more native to this planet than most other of the star seeds that sit here now. What I could say is some visit and some are native. We are those native persons. There are several star seed implementations or star seed civilizations that are native, I being one, and those of my genetic background, and there are many, much like many carry the Ebonic side of the 12-strand helix. My lineage and genealogy spreads across this land as well. Not to say just myself, but those star seeds or star beings that had joined me at the time, close to 74,956 years back. So our adaptations are a lot more robust, plentiful, and adaptable to the surroundings, specifically should they grow up in the lands of their mother native land. I come through to this receiver to speak forth. I started in an older tongue, then translated to Iberic language, Spanish, and now English, as this is her predominant language. However, if you should see much of my reliefs, you will notice that there is a star language intertwined, and that is to captivate and to illuminate as to where this civilization comes from. I am here now. I don't leave. I am astral, but I'm also a guardian of this land. So I'll leave you with this. This message may not be for all, but for those that need to hear it. If you should want to illuminate your codings that are intrinsically bred through you and or others of this land, please know, if you are of the Americas or even of Europe, etc., to return to the land once and where you came from. You will notice that the enlivening will quicken, and it will not only satisfy all of your past life recognitions, but it would also give you insight as to why you have always felt the way you do in a foreign land. So I'll leave you with this. As I said before, those regarding me as Quetzalcoatl, but, Tulpa in other languages. But I must say that it has been a pleasure to speak forth through this channel. It is difficult because she does not possess. It would be more ideal if she did possess the markers, because then I could speak forth more freely. And she is not capable of downloading this packet of knowledge as easily or readily available as one who holds the markers. There are 5, much like her, in the South Americas that possess this. And should they, too, have been alivened, 1 lives in the Americas, 1 lives in South America, and 3 are in Europe as we speak right now. Oh, I regress, sorry. I apologize. 1 is in North Africa. Should they return to their roots, they would be able to speak forth fluidly. I leave this to you all. And in charge of thyself, in charge of your knowing. And if you feel that you have this genetic tie, please return to your native land and more things will come clearer. That is all. Oh wow. Okay, I'm back. That was weird and wild, to say the least. When I could see him in my mind's eye as a human form, quite a short dude. I'd say about 5'9", 5'10", had like a spear and wore like pelts with a lot of ochre paint, etc. But his astral version, massive. Like I couldn't even put into feet how tall and how this felt. This was like different because it's like as if like because he hasn't left. Like I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. He never left. So it's like as if like I don't know if you've ever seen like a mountain that just shifts along the land. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Oh geez. I don't even know what a comparison I could give. It's like usually when I connect they're coming from above and then into my stream. This was like a shifting into my person from my roots. Totally different feeling. Meaning because he is a fixture here on this planet or in this land. His feeling is a lot more different. It was harder to channel him because at the beginning I was getting this totally different language, and if I wasn't on camera, let's say, I could probably sit and meditate and write it, you know, like based on what I see, like the actual symbols, etc. But because I'm doing it this way, it took me a while to like ask for him to go like kind of like a dial. It was like I needed to ask him to get to a language that I could understand, which was English. Like we got to Spanish, and then the Spanish I heard was like, I wouldn't even say ancient, I'd say like old Spanish from like, because I mean I did live in Spain for some time, so my Spanish is not the strongest, but it's not the weakest. But the Spanish was like from Spain and old, like hear ye old in Spanish. And I couldn't deal with that because I was like, I can't translate that. Then I went to regular Spanish, and then even then I wasn't strong enough to do that because I was like, and then when I went to English, it's like as if like it became more dissolved, like his energy. It would have been better if I could speak it. And then it dissolved a bit, and it got really hard because it was like his, like the voice that I was hearing was booming, and the processing of what he was showing me was hard to put into words at times. So I do apologize if this was a bit choppy. And interestingly enough, though, I will say that this one, I was more aware I could keep my eyes open because of, like I said, it's like when he shifted into me, it wasn't coming from above, it was coming from within, like from like my root chakra, like it was coming from below me, like from the ground up. Different, never had that before. So I could keep my eyes open because it was like as if he was moving into me in a different way, and I could keep my surroundings available, so that was a little different too. So it seems like the message was specific to certain peoples, but Either way, really powerful. I did not know that. I'm gonna go research. I always research like after every one of these channelings, especially for, um, you know, as he put it, like warrior guardians. I'm going to look up a lot about what I experienced or saw, and obviously our date ranges for this character are way off because I could have sworn these guys were only a couple thousand, but the way I saw it was like we're talking like ice age, then another ice age, then another, like it was like as if like even though an ice age hit, they resurfaced again, like they're seedling, like they're old, like they're old, like they've this civilization of Starseed, because he clearly was making it known to me where in the galaxy it looked like Sirius, but the outskirts of Sirius. Like I need to learn more about my my maps, you know what I mean? But I know Sirius is the 3 stars, but I'm saying this was like off of Sirius. So I didn't get shown a planet. So it was a little different. I'm sorry this is all over the place, but I like to show you what I get, right? So I'm just as authentic as I can possibly be. And I know, again, no one has to believe me, but this is what I perceive and what I get. So from lovely Mexico, I hope you guys all have a great time. Love you lots. Bye for now.